Welcome back. Unknown amateur Tom Lewis stole the show at the 140th British Open by claiming a shock share of the first round lead with Danish veteran Thomas Bjorn. 20-year-old Lewis celebrated his Open debut by shooting a 5 under 65 that included a dazzling run of 4 straight birdies from the 14th. Meanwhile, tournament favourite Rory McIlroy was brought back down to earth after his remarkable US Open victory by an opening 1 over 71.
To shoot 65 on the first day is excellent, but there's a long way to go, and I need to shoot another one of them tomorrow to be happy.
On a day like this, you could, I know better than most people. You could shoot a high number and put yourself out of the golf tournament. So, it was nice to go out and shoot a decent score. 71. I said yesterday if the conditions stayed the same, I'd take 2 70s over the first 2 days, and if I shoot 69 tomorrow with similar conditions, I'll be really happy going into the weekend.
Meanwhile, in day 2 of the British Open, Darren Clarke sparked more speculation of yet another Northern Irish major triumph. Clarke had 5 birdies and an eagle, but also 3 bogeys and a double bogey in a second successive 2 under par 68, putting him alongside American Lucas Glover on 136, 4 under par. Clarke's second round 68 has put him right in contention in the year's 3rd major at Royal St George's.
I played nicely for 2 days, and 4 under's pretty good, but awful long way to go with the forecast that we got for the weekend. We got 36 holes in tough conditions, and it could be anything can happen whenever you get wet, windy weather on a links.
Italy's Marco Simoncelli was fastest in both practice sessions for the German MotoGP Grand Prix on Friday before Sunday's race. Simoncelli posted a time of 1 minute 22, faster than current world champion Jorge Lorenzo. There were a series of crashes in the morning practice session, with Casey Stoner, former world champion Valentino Rossi, and Tony Elias crashing out. Danny Pedrosa, back from breaking his collarbone for the 2nd time, was the 3rd fastest. World champion Thor Hushovd claimed the 13th stage of the Tour de France after defeating 2 Frenchmen in a nail-biting finale on Friday. The Norwegian rider from the Garmin-Cervelo team powered away with 2.5 kilometres left to beat France's David Moncuti by 10 seconds, according to provisional results. Another Frenchman, Jeremy Roy, was on the attack all day but had to settle for 3rd, some 26 seconds off the pace, snatching the polka dot jersey for the best climber in the process. And Thomas Voeckler of France retained the overall leader's yellow jersey. Looking to retain their title and win another Copa America, Brazil practiced on Friday outside Buenos Aires as they look ahead to Sunday's quarter-final against Paraguay. Brazil had a slow start in the South American Championship, but ended up finishing on top of Group B with a big 4-2 win over Ecuador on Wednesday. Working hard on the practice field, Brazil players said they will trust their coach to lead them to the final. Brazil have already shared a 2-all draw in the group stage with Paraguay, who qualified as one of the 2 best 3rd-place teams along with Peru. The other quarterfinals put hosts Argentina against Uruguay, while Colombia take on Peru and Venezuela battle it out against Chile. And finally in sports, Australia's Wallabies wrapped up preparations for their season opener rugby test against Samoa today, holding the traditional captain's run at Sydney's ANZ Stadium. Australia faced Samoa at the former Olympic Stadium on Sunday in a rare but important afternoon test match. For both sides, the match is the start of the final run to the World Cup, which begins in New Zealand in September. Queensland's Rod Davies was among the Wallabies taking part in today's training session, having been promoted to the starting 15 after James O'Connor withdrew with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, it's quite a young team, and when you get those young players, they're always going to be enthusiastic, and I don't think that's changed this week. It's been pretty enthusiastic, and all the boys are pumped up for a big game, and they're not taking Samoa lightly. They're going to be a bunch of big guys ready to knock off a big team in world rugby.
Now, while spectacular fireworks took off at the Champs-Élysées in Paris to commemorate the French National Day, commonly known as Bastille Day, here in the city, the French community met up in local bistros to commemorate the event. Bastille Day marks the beginning of the French Revolution that sparked off on the 14th of July in 1789. The day is declared a national holiday in France when families celebrate the symbolism of the French Republic of liberty, fraternity and equality with military parades, traditional music and food. And although not in France, the French community in Dubai continued their festivities.
It is indeed a very special evening. It's an evening where we actually are missing home, but we try to celebrate it with our friends here in the UAE. It's a very important day for us. It's the French Revolution, dating back from more than 200 years ago. And actually, it's not France we are celebrating today. It's democracy and republic.
And with that, let's take a look at the local and international weather forecasts for tomorrow. Before we head out, here are the top stories again. Ruler of Dubai issues decree on early repayments on housing loans. Women and youth to play an important role in FNC elections. And more than 4,500 people evacuated due to volcanic eruption in Indonesia. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. As always, we love to hear your comments. You can contact us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04367 2230. But from the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.